A bad haircut. This is based on Judges 16, chapters 1 to 20. This is also the last chapter of Samson. One evening, Samson visits the Philistine city of Gaza. Gaza? I've heard of Gaza. What's your business in Gaza? I've come to see a friend. Well, that's a nice way to put it. Actually, he's seeing a prostitute. Samson goes to Gaza, the Philistine city, to see a prostitute. The Philistines, I just saw Samson entering the house down the street. How did he get in? Samson, I don't know. I didn't recognize him. Well, never mind. Close the gate and we'll trap him in the city. Call out all the guards. Samson will never leave Gaza alive. The Philistines call out all the guards and lie in wait for Samson. I've never seen Samson. What is he like? Oh, he's like anyone else if you don't count the fact that he has hair like thick vines and the strength of 100 men. At midnight, Samson walks down the street and toward the gate. Lots of guards on duty tonight. They're probably not here to help me through the gate, so I'll just help myself. Stop him! Don't let him get away! So he picks up the double doors, the gates to the city. Who could stop a man strong enough to carry the city's gates? I tell you, his strength is not human. News of Samson's, here's a picture of him carrying the gate. News of Samson's escape from Gaza spreads through the country. Rulers of Philistine cities are worried. They call a meeting. Samson must be captured. Let's put all our armies together. I'm not risking my army on Samson. We've got to find another way. I've got an idea. We know Samson has more than mortal strength. If we can learn the source of that strength. Do you think he's going to tell us what it is? No, but he'll tell the right person. I hear he's in love with Delilah. Delilah? She's a Philistine. He really likes them Philistine women. Right, she'll get Samson to tell her his secret, and then she'll tell us. What? Will she? What if she's in love with Samson? She's also in love with money. Come on, let's go see her. So the Philistine rulers visit Delilah. If you find out Samson's secret for us, we'll give you 1,100 pieces of silver each, payable when you deliver Samson into our hands. 1,100 times 5 equals, that's a lot of money. How can I refuse? This amount of money is a small fortune. If she could find out Samson's weakness, Delilah will be as rich as a modern millionaire. For 5,500 pieces of silver, Delilah is willing to pretend that she loves Samson. So Samson loves Delilah, but Delilah does not love Samson. You're so strong, Samson. Is there anything that can't hold you? If I were tied with 7 new leather straps, I'd be no stronger than any other man. So this is incredible. Delilah is trying to find the source of his power, and he keeps telling her. He says, if you tie me up with brand new ropes, I'll be subdued. And then guess what happens that night? Delilah ties him up with 7 brand new ropes, and then yells, the Philistines are here, wake up! And then he rips the ropes like it was nothing. So while Samson is sleeping, right, she's definitely trying to fuck Samson over. She ties him up with the 7 new leather straps and says, wake up, the Philistines are here. And then he gets up and he breaks the ropes. And then Delilah's all mad. She's like, Samson tricked me. Well, he tricked your trick is what he did. Why did you tie me up? Oh, it's just a girlish whim. I want to see if you were telling me the truth. How does Samson believe any of this shit? He already got fucked over by the first Philistine woman, right, that told the secret of the riddle to those people. And now here's another woman that's, keeps asking all these really dumb questions. What's the secret to your strength? What's the secret to your power? No, tell me the source of your power. Oh, if I tie you up, then you'll be subdued. Okay, well, you tied me up. What the hell did you do that for? Was it the conversation we just had? But it doesn't dawn on Samson whatsoever. Delilah keeps trying to learn the secret of Samson's strength. She binds him in different ways. But each time he breaks free, at last, you don't love me, she says. If you did, you would tell me your true weakness. Don't cry. Yes, she does it 3 more times. He says, do it this way, use these ropes and do this and do that. 3 times she says, what's the source of your strength? And he says, You know, it's that golden cup over there, and then she takes the golden cup and throws it over the cliff. What the hell did she do that for? She keeps on asking me the source of my strength. When I tell her, then she goes and attacks the source of my strength. But he says this, don't cry, Delilah, don't cry. I'll tell you my secret. When I was dedicated to God, a promise was made never to cut my hair. If I break that promise, God will take away my strength, and then I'll be as weak as any other man. At last, Delilah has the real secret. She calls the Philistines a plan to trap Samson that night. Have your chains ready and bring the money you promised me. That evening, Samson calls on Delilah when he falls asleep. Now's your chance. I've never seen such long hair, but I still don't see how this will take his strength away. Samson, wake up, the Philistines are here. Samson wakes up ready to defend himself, but the Lord has left him. My hair is gone. I have broken my promise, and now God has taken away my strength. You broke the leather straps, but let's see if you can break our chains now, said the Philistines. Samson's strength is gone, chained and under heavy guard. He is taken away. What will they do to him? Put out his eyes and throw him into prison. Our troubles with Samson are over. Here's your money, Delilah. You've earned it. 5,500 pieces of silver. All mine. While Delilah counts, that's just like Judas, right? For just a little bit. 5,500 pieces. That's a lot of silver. While Delilah counts her money, Samson is led through the streets of Gaza, a captive in chains. Ha! The mighty judge of Israel is a weakling now. Bringing down the house. The second part of Judges 16. So, where are we at? Oh my God, Delilah didn't just fuck over Samson a little bit with cutting his hair and shit. But once his hair is cut, he's prisoner. And then the Philistines gouge out his eyes. They rip out his eyes. Turn him into a slave. They're making him do a bunch of humiliating shit. Dance for us. Now shuck and jive. You are the great Samson who terrorized us now. They got him on the grindstone here. So the Philistines carry out their threat to blind Samson. They gouge out his eyes. Then they chain him to a grindstone and make him grind grain in the prison at Gaza. But untouched by his captors, his hair begins to grow. Oh God, give me one more chance to free my people from the slavery of the Philistines. So here's Samson at the grindstone, right? Just grinding grain, turning whatever the thing in a circle and getting grain ground. Outside the prison walls, the Philistines prepare for a great festival to Dagon. Their god. They worship Dagon? Well, no wonder they... Bring your gifts to Dagon, who delivered Samson into our hands. During the feast, what can we do to please the crowd? I have it. Bring Samson out and let the people have their fun with him. So Samson is brought out of the temple and led up the temple steps. Bring him up here so everyone can see what the mighty judge of Israel looks like now. Show us how you carried off the gates of Gaza. Let's see you tear apart a lion with your bare hands now. Now that Samson's hair has grown back, he hopes that God will restore his strength. He asked the servant boy, where are the pillars? I want to lean against them. Here, I'll put your hands on them. Run, boy, and don't stop until you're outside the temple. Oh God, you blessed me with great strength. Once I ignored your commands and lost your blessing. I deserve to die. But just let me take some Philistines with me. Using all his strength, Samson pushes against the pillars, and the giant temple to the heathen god Dagon crashes to the ground. Crushed beneath it are thousands of Philistines who had made slaves of Samson's people. Samson had great strength, but a weak character, yet God used him to help Israel anyway. Now God wants to show that he can also use someone who is physically helpless, but noble and faithful. And that's it. That's the book of Samson. Here's Samson right there doing his last act of defiance. I mean, he was a terrorist, right? So the terrorists went ahead and did some 9/11 shit. He actually kills 3,000 Philistines. So the connection to 9/11 is, obvious. You got the Philistines who's occupying the Israelites, and he's a suicide bomber. His last act of defiance is to kill himself, but to also take a bunch of Philistines out with him. And so, yeah, that's identical to 9/11. If you think 9/11 is bad, then you would have to think that Samson is bad too. So that's the, I got more commentary, but that's, there you go, that's Judges. Judges 13, 14, and 16. Good old Samson. Good old Samson. I'll tell you what I think of Samson coming up.